Welcome. My name is Kelly, and this is Maxwell. Thank you for joining us, Maxwell. So welcome to your yoga practice. Thank you. I will be leading you along today in a yoga practice to strengthen and stretch your body out for about 30 minutes. So a shorter practice today, but I'm going to help you to look at your practice through the lens of sustainability. And what I mean by that is our peak pose is the Vinyasa. We're going to take out doing Chaturanga and upward facing dog to downward facing dog, which can oftentimes hurt your lower back or your shoulders, especially depending on how tall of a person you are. So let's begin right away. We're going to first work our core, and then we'll get to the mini flows that we've been practicing for several previous videos. Let's get started. Come to your mat and sit. And sit up well. I'm crossing my legs, and if you need to, you can sit up on a block. Please have a block available. Reach your arms up and stretch overhead right here. I'm just putting on a timer to keep us on track so we don't go over time today. Inhale and reach up. Look up at your hands. And then exhale and turn to the side. Put your hand on the outside of your leg. It feels good to twist the spine. Inhale and reach up. And then turn the opposite direction. Place your fingertips behind the hip. Inhale, reach up. Now just lean over to the side, reach. And then arms are up and reach over the opposite direction. Lean over to the side, feel the body stretch. Let's do that one more cycle. Inhale, reach your arms up and turn your body to the side. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, turn your body the other way, hand on the outside of the leg. Inhale, reach your arms up, and now let's lean. So hand on the outside of your body and where you're seated, and reach up and over. Turn your gaze towards the ceiling. Inhale, opposite direction, hand on the floor, on the mat, and then look up. Inhale and reach. Stretch the arms overhead, clasp your hands, palms facing up. And then reach your arms forward. Open up your shoulder blades. So same thing as like an eagle pose. You're spreading your blades apart and your shoulders are relaxed down away from your ears. Now reach the arms behind and clasp your hands behind. Reach the knuckles towards the floor. Broaden through the chest and release. Now come onto your back on your mat. And you can grab a block right here. Place the block between your thighs and squeeze the block in and lift up your feet off the floor, hands behind the head. And I want you to tap the back of your head and then lift up your shoulder blades off the floor. So that first crunch feels a little awkward, a little weird. As we warm up the core, it'll get more comfortable. Lift up, lift your blades off the floor, and try not to jerk as you lift up. Make it smooth and controlled. Do that one more time. Now let's put your upper body on the floor, your head on the floor, and now lower body, tap your toes, squeeze the block, feel that, and then lift up. Do that again, squeeze. And lift up. Again, squeeze and lift up. One more. And let's put it together. Elbows to knees, touch, and then touch the toes. Do that again. Elbows to knees, touch the toes. Right here. Bring the knees in and elbows towards each other. And I'm lifting my lower back off the floor. Tap. We'll also practice crow pose or crane pose again. As promised, one more. And then hold right there. Remove your block. And rotate your feet. Keep your head on the floor, hands behind the head. And let's do that again without the block. So lift up and lower, a little bit different. Lift up and lower. Shoulder blades come off the mat and then lower down. Do that again. And now hold, tap the toes to the floor. Your lower back presses into the mat. Do that 2 more times. And you can bring your legs together. And now put it together. Crunch 8 times 7, 6, 5, chin off your chest, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Nicely done. Head on the floor, legs up straight. Reach your arms to your sides, palms facing down, and lower your right leg and lift it up. Lower your left leg and then lift that up. And you can change the range of motion, not going as far. Keep your lower back pressed into the floor right there. Lower, relax, move the shoulders away from the ears. Flex your feet. 1 more. And then bend your knees, bring your knees into your chest. And we're going to do that 1 more time. Extend the legs up straight. You can reach behind the legs and squeeze up the back of your legs for a moment. And put your palms flat. And now lower and lift. Lower and lift. Press your lower back into the floor. Down and then up. Down and then up. Straight leg at the top, or as straight as you can get it. One more. Bend your knees, bring your knees into your chest, and cross your ankles and roll up. Scoot to the center of your mat, and press your hands into the floor, tuck your toes, lift up your knees, downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal your heels right and then left. Right and left. Feel the back of your legs stretch as you reach the heel towards the ground. Shift forward into plank. So right here. So rather than the traditional coming to Chaturanga, I want you to set your knees down, and we'll just shift forward and come lower down to the mat, your chest all the way down. Hug your elbows in and press the top of your feet into the floor. Baby Cobra. So Baby Cobra, lift up as high as you can, but not to the point where you feel your back hurt or you feel tension in the back. Do that again. So bring the shoulders away from the floor. And you don't have to lift up too high, just enough to feel the stretch in the body and press the pelvis down. Exhale, lower. Now tuck your toes. Push from your knees, come into child's pose. Put the top of your feet on the floor, your big toes coming together. Tap the forehead down to the ground, to your mat. Lift up your body into table position. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Pedal your heels right and then left. So that's example 1 of an alternative to doing that chaturanga to upward facing dog and then downward dog. So let's do that again. Shift forward plank. Press into to the floor. So if you're ever in a yoga class with not my yoga class and the instructor says come to chaturanga, you can always do one of these alternatives. So set your knees down or just come all the way down to the ground. Press the floor away, Cobra Pose. Press the pelvis down into the ground. Lower down first, tuck your toes, lift up your body, come into Child's Pose. So keep your knees down, tap your forehead, come into table, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Pedal your heels right and left. Now look forward, bend your knees, and step to your hands. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. I want you to widen your feet right here. Widen your feet really well. Touch your elbows with your hands. So you're crossing your forearms, and then sway from side to side. A few times. Go a little bit further over to one side of the leg and then the other side. Now with your arms holding your elbows like this, so framing the head, I want you to lift all the way up. So you're rounding your back and lift all the way up. Keep the elbows reaching right here. Now bring your right hand, or this hand, the one that's behind the other arm, depending on how you crossed, right? Bring it behind your head like that, right? And give yourself a pat on the back for being here. Nicely done. And then you can reach the other hand around the back side, and maybe you can bring your fingers together, or just keep your hand on your lower back. Bring your elbows in towards the body. Press the head into the forearm right there. Nicely done. And then reach up and stretch overhead. Let's fold over. Exhale, fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold again. Reach for your elbows. Cross the opposite way and sway from side to side. Feel the back of your legs stretch as you move your arms over to one side and then the other. Now keep the arms in this, framing your head. Now around your back, lift all the way up. Inhale and reach. Right there. Now you're going to bring your left hand behind your head, or that hand of the arm that's back, right? Give yourself a pat on the back. And then reach your other hand behind, and you can just touch the lower back right there, or if you can, reach your hands up and clasp your fingers, looking forward. So stretching the triceps, the shoulders, the chest, the arms right there. Take a breath in. Exhale, unclasp your fingers and shake it off. Mini flow series number 1. And I'll give you an alternative, another alternative to Chaturanga Up Dog, Down Dog. So here we go. Inhale, mountain pose. So stand tall, palms forward. I was about to go into chair. Right here, go into chair pose. Inhale, reach forward. Look forward. Now lift all the way up, and as you lift up your right leg with your arms up in the air. Then reach for your knee, the right knee, so like that. And keep your balance by pressing your toes down. Now reach the leg to the side. This leg is also straight. Place your foot on the inner thigh, tree pose, or the calf. Hands to your heart. Shoulders back. Inhale and reach up. Arms out to the sides and hold right here. Knee forward. Extend the leg forward straight. Sweep the leg back behind you and find the floor. Crescent pose. Inhale and reach. Exhale. Place your right hand on the floor. Left hand on the floor. Bring your left leg back. Here's your plank pose. So here's another alternative to Chaturanga. Make sure your thighs are contracted, by the way. So better to do a push-up than Chaturanga to Up Dog. It keeps your shoulders safe. So you can always just do a push-up, right? And then downward facing dog. Let's do that again. Shift forward, plank. Now you can call this Chaturanga right here, but we're not going to go into Up Dog from there. That can be the problem. Often is the problem. Especially when done in repetition. In a lot of yoga classes, you do a lot of Chaturanga to upward facing dog. Shift forward, plank again. Hold. Push up. Lift up. Downward facing dog. Nicely done. All right, walk your feet forward. Inhale and lengthen with a flat back. You can place your hands at your shins or the floor, whatever feels correct for your body. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach your arms out to the sides and stand all the way up. Right there. Mountain pose to chair pose. Inhale to tree pose. So standing with the left leg, bring it up, grab with both hands, pull the knee in. I want you to get that good lower back stretch right there. So knee up, then bring your knee to the side. All right, got my balance right there. Now place your foot on the inner thigh or the calf. Right there, hands at your heart, shoulders back. Inhale, reach your arms up, and then out to the sides. Knee forward, palms facing up. Extend the leg straight. Lower down all the way, and then bring the leg behind. Set your foot on the floor. Inhale, reach up. Crescent pose. Bring your left hand to the floor. Are you talking to me? And right hand to the floor. Good job. Now, right leg goes back. Let's do that push up again. Squeeze your thighs. Lower down, lift up, downward facing dog. Do that 3 more times. You can also, if you can't do a push up, that's okay. Knees down, chest down, lift up, downward facing dog. Do it again 2 more times. I'm going to let Maxwell out. You want to go out? Okay. There you go. Bye, Maxwell. I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Right here. Now look forward, bend your knees, step to your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach the arms to the sides and stand tall. Reach up. Let's do it 1 more time. Exhale, hands to your heart, 1 on each side. Mountain pose. Inhale, chair, sink your hips down. Stand up, grab your right knee with your right hand. Knee to the side, tree pose, right side, right foot to the inner thigh. Hands to your heart, standing tall, shoulders back, reach the arms up. Arms out to the sides. And hold, knee forward, sweep the legs, or straighten the leg forward, and then sweep through, back behind. Inhale, crescent pose. Hands down to the ground on either side of your foot. Press into the floor, plank. Do a push-up. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Look forward, bend your knees, and step forward. Inhale and lengthen. Then exhale and fold. Inhale and stand tall. Other side. Mountain pose first. Right here. Mountain. Chair. Take a breath in. Squeeze your legs together. Lift up that left knee. Grab your knee. Knee to the side. Tree pose. Foot to the inner thigh. Hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up, or foot to the calf. Exhale, arms out to the sides. Right there, hold. Knee forward, extend the leg straight. Sweep the leg through. Step back. Crescent pose. Hands to the ground. Step back plank. Lower down, push up. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Pedal your heels. Step forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale and stand tall. Reach up. Moving on. Let's do the warrior mini flow. Shoulders back. You'll remember this. We did this a couple of few previous classes ago, previous videos. Come into chair pose. Inhale. Bring the hands to your heart. Lower down more. Now I want you to try. Bring your elbow to the outside of your leg and twist. Inhale. Hands to your heart. Twist the other way. So you want to have weight in your heels. Press your toes down. Inhale, reach up. Do that again. Chair pose, hands to your heart, and twist. Elbow to the outside of your leg. Inhale, reach. Twist the other way. Inhale and reach. This time, fold over your legs. Hands on the floor. Inhale, half lift. Hands at the floor or your shins. Plant your hands. Exhale. Step back. Downward facing dog. Coming to our warrior series. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Look forward. Keep your hips high and shift forward, kind of like you're coming into crow pose, right? Step your right foot forward. Spin your left heel down. Warrior two, right here. So arms are out, side to side. And I want you to reach forward right there and then reach back. So hold that when you reach back. So your shoulders are squared over the hips, your knee in the front, over the ankle, and you can be up higher if that feels better for your body, or bend lower into that a little bit more extended warrior two. Now reverse. Reach the arm over your ear and bring your hand behind your thigh, and just don't lean back as much if it feels uncomfortable, but just try arm over the ear, over your ear, and look up. Now reach over. Side angle. Put your forearm on your thigh, turn your palm up, reach your left arm up. So the starting point is right here. Then maybe you can reach down to the inside of the leg. If you can bend the leg or come into this lunge this deeply, and then reach the arm over the ear. Straight line from your heel to your fingertips. Let's reverse it again. So keep the hips where they are. Exhale, side angle, either on your forearm, the forearm on the thigh, or reach down. One more time. Inhale. Nicely done. Exhale, balancing pose. Place your right hand on your block. Let's get our block right here. Practicing with the block first. So move the block, line it up with the pinky toe. Place your hand on the block, slide your left foot in, and then as you straighten the right leg, lift the left leg. And then turn your hip open right there. Reach the left arm. So your hand is firmly on a surface, the block or the floor. Turn your gaze to the side. Difficult. Harder, turn your gaze up. And then set your foot on the floor. Set your knee on the floor. All the way down. And you can put a block right here if you need to. And lift up your heart. Right here. Then reach the arms up. And you're going to sweep the left hand to your lower back right here. So here's your back bend, warming up the spine. So press right there and just reach the right arm up over the head. And if you can, reach back and touch the back of your leg. Look up. Then exhale. Hands to the floor. And I'm going to show you another option. Step your right leg back, plank. Go ahead and come to downward facing dog. So what we're going to do, the other option is the last one, so we don't get too confused. Option for Chaturanga Up Dog to Down Dog is to come forward into plank. Press into your fingers. So you're feeling your core right there. Now you're going to widen your feet, and you're going to tip your heels to one side, and then reach the opposite arm. So side plank with your feet on the ground. Put your hand on the floor, heels up, tip your heels the other way, reach the arm, and then place your left hand, heels up, downward facing dog. There's your option. Beautiful. Pedal your heels. Now lift your left leg up. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Keep your hips up high, look forward, then shift forward, shift forward, shift forward. You can come back and look at this later to see how if I keep my hips higher, I can bring my foot farther forward. Warrior two. right here. Relax your shoulders. You're pressing into your feet really strongly. Lean forward. Feel the weight shift. Now lean back right there. Straighten your sides. Relax your shoulders. Bring the hand behind the hamstring and reach the opposite arm over the ear. And you're just going to lean back as far as it feels comfortable. Watch that knee in the front. It'll try to come in like that. I want you to keep it over the ankle. Now reach over, side angle. Start right here. You can always come here every time if this is what works for you. Arm over the ear. Turn your gaze to the side. Then maybe you can reach down and touch the floor. Maybe. It's okay if you can't. Reverse. Keep your hips where they are rather than lifting up. Try to sustain this. It's a strengthening move. Press your feet into the floor, not just the forward, but the back foot also. Side angle. Forearm on the thigh or fingertips touch the floor. Reverse. Side angle. Reach the arm over the ear. And you can turn your gaze up. Stretch the neck. Now look down and bring your hands to the floor. Go ahead and slide your right foot in. Move your block. So your block lines up with the pinky toe. Lift up your leg and then unfurl the arm. Reach the arm up. Flex your foot. So when you turn your gaze, it can throw off your balance, right? And then maybe you can turn your gaze up. Then look down. Set your foot on the floor, right hand on the floor, right knee on the floor. Inhale, low lunge. Stretch your hip flexors in the right side. And then bring your right hand behind your back. Press your hand right there. Reach the arm up. Feel the stretch in the front body, the right thigh. Then maybe you can reach back and touch your ankle or your calf. A little back bend. Inhale and reach up. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, plank. Separate your feet. Here's the option to a traditional vinyasa. Heels to the side. Reach the arm up. Put your hand on the floor. Heels up. Drop the heels over to the other side. Reach the right arm up. Or the arm up. Side plank. Face your mat. Downward facing dog. Step your feet closer together. Lift your right leg up. Let's do it again. Shift forward. Start to gaze forward. Keep the hips where they are. Bring that knee in, that leg in, and step your foot to the ground. Spin the left heel down. Warrior two. Go ahead and reverse it. Reach up and over the ear. And then side angle. Reaching, and maybe you can bring the hand behind the leg right there. Extended side angle. Reverse. This time, you can use your block or not. I'm going to suggest that you reach forward. Coming into half moon, reach forward, and we're going to practice balancing, right? So standing, so slide that foot in. Lift up your leg. Relax your shoulders. Lift the leg. Now reach forward, lift the leg up. Then maybe you can bring your hand down to the block or the floor. Keeping your balance along the way, right? There you go. Press the floor away, straighten the right leg, but don't lock it. One more breath. Set your foot on the floor, knee on the floor. We're going to add on a side plank. Inhale in our chaturanga, or instead of chaturanga. Exhale, hand back here, reach up, or maybe back here, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to the floor, press into the floor, right leg up, plank. Drop the heels to one side, reach the arm up. Set your hand down, heels up. Heels to the other side. Inhale, reach the arm. Excellent. Hand to the floor. Downward facing dog. Lift up your left leg. Push the floor away. Same thing, shift forward first, then bring your knee in. Step your left foot forward. We're on the other side. Warrior two. Knee over the ankle in the front, reverse. Side angle. Here, here, or here. Breathe, look out to the sides, straighten your sides. Nicely done. Now, go ahead and reverse it one more time. Coming to half moon, but we're going to practice balancing without reaching your hand for the floor. Reach forward, and you're just going to slide your foot in. Whoops. Slide your foot in. All right, and then happens to the best of us. Lift up your leg. Straighten the other leg. Floating half moon. And then bring your hand down to a block or the floor. Reach up, flex your foot. Straighten your leg. Take one more breath in. Now look down. Place your right hand on the floor. Set your right foot on the floor. Knee on the mat. Low lunge. Inhale, reach up. Right hand comes behind your back. Press into your back. Just for support, reach the left arm up. And then place your hand, maybe reach for the ankle or the calf. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, reach your arms up. Nicely done. Exhale, hands to the mat. And come into plank. Last time. Here we go. Press the floor away, abs in, squeeze the thighs. Feet apart, tip the heels to one side, and reach up. Exhale, bring the hand to the floor, face the mat. Tip the heels over to the other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hand to the floor. Downward facing dog. And walk your feet to the center of the mat. Malasana. Right here, elbows to the inside of your thighs, knees. And then just reach your arms forward, knees on the inside of your arms are on the inside of your knees. Your arches of your feet will try to tip in, but try to resist that. Press into the outside edges of your feet. Now, I'm going to turn my elbows out first and then bring my arms back and feel that resistance, right? And then I'm going to lift up my hips and hug my elbows in right there. Spread fingers and then lean in and just practice this. So practice rounding the back, leaning in, bring your feet closer together, and then maybe pick your toes up off the floor. How's your balance today? Every day is different. And sit back on your feet, your heels, and sit back on your mat. And let's end the class seated. Looking forward, inhale and reach up. And let's turn to the side. Look over your shoulder. Inhale, reach up. Turn the other way. Look over your shoulder. Inhale, reach up. Now place your left hand on the floor. Reach the opposite arm open over. Look up. Inhale, reach. Change sides. Hand on the floor and reach over. And then bring the palms together. Edge of the thumbs to the brow. In gratitude, edge of the hands to the heart, and thanks. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for showing up for your mind and your body. I'll see you again next time.